Morning everyone, I'm here to show you my design team project for Nathalie of LineDotArrow, and it is a beautiful kit. It really is. She always makes the most exquisite kits, you know, she really does, and I absolutely love them. So this kit is called Memories of the Past, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And all the design team, who I'll link below, have worked with this kit this month, and it is gorgeous. I mean, look at that page straight away, absolutely stunning. Beautiful artwork. She always finds such beautiful things. I just really love this. I love the way she's got this little weave picture here, so that when you fold it over, you know, both pages look totally different, don't you? And yet, if you look at the design, it's all joined together, and they just gorgeous. Again, beautiful artwork. I love this page. This is probably one of my favourite pages, this one. I think it's the bird. I just adore that bird. Really beautiful. And we've got the dog, and we've got the clock. And you can, as you're going through this, you can start feeling that you'd want to put memories in it. But I'm not talking about memories from the last 5 years. I'm talking about going back years. You know, you want to have things that you can remember from your childhood. You really can. I mean, obviously the horse head, that so reminds me of the compendium of games that you used to get at Christmas. And of course the compendium of games, it would have loads of different games in there, and you'd get the plastic horse heads in there to play chess with, and other games, you know. But that just reminded me of that when I was going through it, you know, things you did as a child. Beautiful, lovely images. I love this colourway. I really love this colourway. I really do. Now, these may be, one or two of them, slightly darker than the original, because I've had a lot of printing problems. First of all, I had the printer head thing come up. You know, it says to you the sponges are full. Doesn't tell you they're waste sponges, it just says the printer sponges. So you're typing in printer sponges, and you know, you get that sound as if to say, what are you talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, eventually I found out they are called waste sponges. So, you know, when you go into Epsom and they're telling you one thing, they're called something else. Look at that. Beautiful. You can see where this has come from a map. And then she's put the gorgeous roses over the top. Love that. So anyway, that happened. Very easy. If you get this on Epsom Eco Tank, it is one of the easiest things to fix, and it's cost you next to nothing. My printer is 4 years old, so obviously it's out of warranty. It's the Eco Tank. It's the first time it's happened to me. Now, I am going to do a wee video, just a little short one, to show you how easy it is to replace or to sort out the waste, because you won't believe how quick and easy it is. It's literally 2 screws. And the sponges, when you actually take them out, you can rinse them out. You can actually, what it is all the waste ink from when you're printing, so it doesn't go into your printer. And you can wash them out, which I did. I have actually got a couple of new sets. They actually arrived yesterday, so I've got 2 new sets in here as well. But it's so easy to rinse them out. I squeezed mine off in kitchen roll and then stuck them in the tumble dryer so they were dry, popped them back in. You have to get a CD-ROM with a code to reset them, but I did it all getting 2 extra pads, because obviously you don't have to buy the extra pads, and it was all less than $15 to do the lot. Now, if you had to send your printer back to Epsom, they do a service on it, replace them, and then send it back to you. It's going to cost well over £100. It's just not worth it, girls. You would have said, I'm going to buy a new printer. I had looked at new printers. That's how bad it had got. So that was great. And then I go and put black ink into the red ink. So that was another problem I had to sort out. Baby wipes. Screwing the baby wipes, sticking them down the little hole, letting them soak up. I only used about a dozen, which is not bad considering I'd filled the whole tank up. So yeah, 1 or 2 of these images might still be a bit light, you know, darker than they should be, but I think they're more or less at the right colour. Gorgeous tags from Nathalie. As I say, I love this imagery and the colouring. I really do. But what she's done, if you look on like the mini tags, you've suddenly got this splash of colour coming through. And that is gorgeous, isn't it? To get that wonderful splash of colour. These are great. Now, when I printed mine off, I put a design on the back, you know, printed on the back of them. And I will show you how beautiful these look when they are folded up. Wonderful pockets. They really are. Really lovely pockets. Oops, finger's not working today. Lots and lots of the roundels, and I've used quite a few in mine. I love these because you can put them on tags, you can use them, you know, to spin in the corners, you can use them for tuck spots, you can use them, you know, if you've made a flop over envelope for the seal, you know, when you wrap the cotton round, you know, so many things you can use them from. Really lovely. Beautiful imagery. I adore her. I really adore her. I really do. The dog's sat there. I'm not actually a dog person, and yeah, I love working with these. I have put some cats in mine to balance it out. So you got cats and dogs in mine. Beautiful, absolutely lovely. This is a stacked pocket here, so this goes on here and this goes on here, you onto here, and that's the one that goes in the back there. She's got her lovely little mini pockets. I love it when she does her little mini pockets. And wonderful, wonderful pockets again. Absolutely lovely. I just love this kit. I really did. So let me just move that out of the way and bring in my journal. I'm going to come up a wee bit because obviously the journal is bigger than the page, isn't it? Let me just stand up to make sure. Yeah, and then you can see it properly. That's better. Yeah. And then the other problem I've had this week, other than all the family problems I've had to sort out, is the PC just refused to print. I had spent probably the last 2 or 3 months deleting as much as I could off my printer so that it'd print. You know, they keep saying the storage is full. And I thought, well, the poor thing is that old. It's obviously had enough. So I've had to get a new printer, PC. So that's got to be the hat trick now on that. So hopefully now the PC, the printer, will all behave themselves. What a week. I will say though, Argos were absolutely incredible. Bought it on the Monday. It was here on the Tuesday. All I can say is thank goodness for the Argos card. But wow, I couldn't believe it. Only thing that was really weird is they left it on the doorstep. And I'm thinking, now hang on, you can see this is either a telly or a PC or something, and they've left it on the doorstep. You know, delivery drivers. Anyway, let me get on with this. Absolutely beautiful. I loved working with this. Now, this lovely, lovely image here, this wee dot, I showed you in the last video that I did for Natalie, her ephemera. She has 5 ephemera kits in her Etsy store. And this beautiful wee lass here is one of the images from that. I do love using her ephemera. I've used her ephemera quite a lot through here because I like to use wording on my tags and things like that. And the wording I get from the Summer Bloom kit that Natalie did with Rachel Waters, you know, Rach and Bella. So let's get into here. Undo my sari silk. Well, actually, it doesn't. This is that really, really fine stuff that they call sari silk, but it has to be called something else because it's almost see-through, and I love it. I love using that. I've actually used it on some of my tags as well. So let's get you right in the right place, okay? So I've also got. This is the story of Edith Holden. This is. I've got the book just here, so I can actually show you the book. The Edwardian Lady. Okay, wonderful book, and the imagery inside is so for journals. Really is a beautiful, beautiful story too, all about Edith Holden. So this is actually Edith Holden's family, and what I loved about it was it's very Victorian, isn't it? Memories. It just set the whole journal off because you're talking about family memories, and I thought that is a beautiful photo there. There's some gorgeous, in fact that actually came from Natalie. So these little pockets, let me show here. when you print on the other side, as you can see, you've got your pocket here. But now when I stuck mine down, I've left here open, right? So I can put my tag in the back there. And these little cards, they come out of that book as well, can go in the front. Now that's sheep on Dartmoor. So I've tried to keep quite, you know, generic to the UK in the ephemera in here. Another beautiful image out of that book. And that's one of the wordings out of the collab that Nathalie did. I love those wording. And I love that they're all different fonts. They've all been written differently. And there's that lovely horse again. Now, Nathalie, in group, she had a challenge and she put some hearts up. And you'll see the couple of hearts in a minute. And I have shown them before. So I put them in here. I've put a couple in here. I didn't actually get to do the challenge. With all the PC problems, I've had a lot of family problems, as you would have known from the last video. So I didn't. So I've put them in here. They are still in group, if you would like the lovely hearts to put in the centre of your journals, because they are really lovely, gorgeous. Anyway, I had some heart doilies that I've popped in here. These are the little journaling cards, and I've popped a tag on the top. Now I've made these tags with my punch and then attach them with a brad so you can swing them. And I thought that would be a lovely idea, because one, you can use that if you've got something, you can tuck it up underneath and it'll stay there. And two, it means you've got a secret writing space. And the little tiny little pockets that Nathalie does are on there, and then that's one of her little stamps tucked inside. This is actually a page out of that gorgeous book. I mean, look at that dog and the rabbit. Beautiful, aren't they? I mean, most of us grew up with animals, you know, dogs, rabbits and all the rest of it. That's that lovely image I was showing you. And then there's some gorgeous recipes in here. Clooty dumpling, oaty crumbles. I love oat biscuits. I've also done some pages. I've printed them on vellum. And what I love about this is, if you look at the image with the brown background, it looks totally different from the image with the pinky red background. And I thought that would be such a lovely thing to have, to see how it reflects differently. This here is a map of the UK, and you've got sort of France down there. I lived just outside London, right down the bottom there. And if I turn it over so we can find the other side of the map, which should be about here. Always the way, and you can never find the one page you want, can you? It can't be that far off, are we? That page, that page. It has to be here. I bet I won't find it. Right, when I find it, I'll show you where I live now. I'm not going to mess about and waste time. Here, this is the Thames Embankment. Well, of course, I lived on the Thames, but Walton-on-Thames. And I thought it was lovely. A memory for me. It's the Thames Embankment. These are lovely old postcards, these, and they're fab. And I've popped some of them in there. I've put some of these lovely secret writing places in again. Now, this little cottage here, there's two of these. There's a cottage and another image. They came on Happy Mail, and I kept them. I stuck them on the my other monitor for the PC, and I've kept them, and then I've glued them in here because I thought that's a nice memory for me to remember. Now, here's one of the hearts. Now, as you will see, this was printed dark because obviously I'd got the black in with the red, which I didn't realise until I was printing. But this is actually a much vibrant colour. But I liked the colour and I kept it because I thought, well, it does look vintage. And they do look lovely in here. That's one of Edith's paintings of sheep. I mean, there's so many sheep up here. I love the lambing season because you see them all over the place. And not far from here, you can go and watch them shearing the sheep as well. They have an annual like competition, how fast you can shear the sheep, and that's about 2 or 3 miles from me. And it's a great event around here in the borders. That's one of Nathalie's lovely tags. Pop you back in there. And there's those little puppies, Yorkshire Terriers, and another one of the tags at the top. And here we have Blackpool Tower. I can remember being absolutely petrified at the thought of going up Blackpool Tower. It was a really windy, miserable day. And we've gone up the Blackpool Tower because we'd gone up to Blackpool with a load of friends from Surrey, and it was to go and see the lights, you know, the illuminations. And I remember it because I actually had my first miscarriage. Great fun. But that's by the by. This is one of Nathalie's tags, and I've printed it in 2 different sizes. And I just love this imagery. Everything about this is saying memories. It's saying, you know, think about what happened when you were a child. Think about when you were young. And I've really loved it. This one I've not put anything on it because I love that bird. But you've still got that writing space. Gorgeous. These postcards are amazing, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful postcards in here. There, see, we've got a cat. It says on it, so innocent, and somebody's bitten rather. They obviously think it's a cute one. And that says to Miss Blythe. So wherever she was who lived in Enfield, she received a lovely kitty cat. And then there's a couple more kitty kits there. All I can see is Miss Violet Berry, 89 Bedford Place, but you can't see what's written down there. Look at those birds. I mean, you can imagine cutting these out, can't you, and use them as ephemera. They're just beautiful, beautiful imagery. And there's another one of those swing ones there. And what I loved about these cookery pages is they've got some gorgeous watercolours on the back of them. They really have. They're beautiful. Another one of the tags. In fact, see, I've used the roundels on most of the tags, but I love the way that they marry up. They really do complement one another. Another one of her paintings. That's the Moorlands. Ponies. I've got a flippy flap. Now, I used to do a lot of hand quilting. You know, great big king size bedspreads and what have you. And these were a couple of I've got 2 in here. And they were actually, you know, part of what I used to do. And I just kept them. And I thought I'd use that as a flip because that's a memory as well, isn't it? Another little girl. I love these images, like the goats. And what I loved about this one was you've got the postcard and the image on the other side. I thought, how lovely is that? To get them together like that, you know, to actually be able to cut it out of a book and actually have the back and the front together. I love doing that. And this is the stacked pocket. So in the top here, as you can see, the ink was going a bit funny. I've backed this just to give it a bit of stability, and that goes in the top here. Okay, and then in this pocket I've got the image of the wee ballet dancer. And in here I've got a little puppy. Okay, and then in the front here, I mean, you really can see these images, can't you, as part of memories and to be used. If you can get hold of the book, it's a lovely book to use for ephemera. Yeah, here we go. So here's England. Durham. Now that's where my mum and dad are. My dad's been back in hospital and back out again. Apparently it's the bladder lining disintegrating, why he's getting clots in his pee, but thankfully they've put a catheter in now, so hopefully he should be okay. And we are like where Newcastle and that is, we're just sort of like about here. I've folded the page wrong, so what was it? Oh, here we go. Scotland. There we are, Scotland. And Edinburgh's here, and we're just underneath, we're sort of right there. So you've got Newcastle over here, you've got Carlisle here, and Edinburgh up there, and we're right bang in the middle of it all, in the Scottish borders. I loved this. I love the feel of that, and there's so much you can do with that. You know, if once you've got the journal, you could do something with this. Having that, I just love the effects of all the different colours on it. And there's another one, different one. You know, so you've got your flips and flaps. Whiskey and chocolate crunch. As I've actually sewn around quite a few of the pages in this book. There's the puppy. It's just such a lovely, lovely kit. It really is. This is Bolton. Now, Bolton, I used to live in Manchester, well, for 9 years in Manchester, so Bolton wasn't that far away from us. About half an hour at the moment. There's the other little sticker that I had. Now, look at this bird. Look at the difference in the colours. So you've got it on the coffee dyed, and then you put it onto the orange. Does that not pop? It's like, wow. And that's another little, that's that little Dolly girl. Isn't she gorgeous? And Nathalie's other card there. And then this is another family photo of Edith's. And that's coming up. I have to glue that down. And it just works beautifully, doesn't it? Works lovely with the background. And it is such a lovely, lovely kit. I would highly recommend this if you're going to be doing anything for like, well, a grandparent, or, you know, even for a grandchild of your family and memories that you've got, or for yourself to put pictures in. It's, you know, I mean, you can see for me, I found things that remind me of when I was growing up, because obviously we were in Surrey then, and so London means a lot to me. I so love going to London on the train, I really did. And I've made this lovely, lovely flippy out tag here. Natalie's big tags. You can see this probably. What actually holds the camera, you know, the claw thing. I'm trying to see through it to see if you can see. So I'm hoping you can see. So I loved making this. I really did. All these images come out of the book. I mean, aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Childhood memories. And you could now think of putting maybe nursery rhymes you could connect these with, couldn't you, if you were doing a book on nursery rhymes, or if it was for a child, or, you know, they are absolutely beautiful, the images that Edith have done. And they just married up so beautifully with everything from Nathalie. Here's those lovely, lovely goats again. Absolutely gorgeous. So that flips that way, and then you put the string on underneath. And as always happens when you do it, after once you've untied something and then you go to stick it back on again afterwards, you can never get anything in the right place, can you? Now, I've not attached it to a page yet. I wanted to. I thought it was a little bit thick to attach to a page, so I'm not quite sure. I think I might have to put a pocket in the bottom here for it to hold into, because it's a little bit heavy. But that's my lovely, lovely memories of the past. It was such a pleasure to do. It's one of those you just sat down and enjoyed. You know, got so much pleasure out of it. I really did. And of course, the fabric as always comes from my friend on eBay. And it's vintage Sanderson fabric, and it just all married up together, and that is a doily that goes all the way around like that. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I know I've rambled. That's what happens, but I have so many videos to do this week. It's unreal. I need to do my giveaway as well, but I must get these design team projects out of the way first, because obviously these were all meant to have been done last week, not this week, but not having the printer, not having the PC, and then doing the ink, and then so many family problems. It's unreal. It's just been a mental week. So anyway, guys, have an amazing Sunday today. We've actually got a bit of sunshine, which is really quite surprising up here. So do go and have a look at this kit, guys. It is really, really amazing as always. Thank you so much. Love and blessings. Bye.